Now, we're going to do this initial landing page. And you can see there's a photo in the background. I'm going to draw that in on screen 1. And then I am going to just make that a light color. And then I'm going to just make sure that it snaps to the actual. I'm going to have to zoom in on that. It's going to make this snap to the size of the artboard a little more concisely. And then I'm gonna hide that real quick because we're going to create these other elements. We can create the words for trip's sake, which is going to be eventually be the logo. And I'm going to make that about 170. We're just representing it generally speaking, the actual logo itself. And then we're just going to try to move that into as close a spot as possible. Likewise, we're going to use the shape tool to designate just a circle for the identity, and we're just kind of working to visually represent the visual element itself. All right, and then we're gonna use the shape tool again to draw in these basic shapes. This is just a square with a rule around it, so we're gonna make sure that the square is empty. We're going to fill this actually with white, and I'm going to make this rule a dark black. And then in addition to that, we're going to deselect, and then we're going to draw a box. We're going to type in email, and it's going to pick up my last point size. We're going to have to drastically bring that down. Need to select it all. Sometimes this gets a little hairy getting the text to appear, so we're going to take this down to say 36. That's way too small. I'm going to say 80, 86. I'm going to move that into place. And this is a good time to add a grid structure. So I'm going to turn on my rulers, and I'm just going to make sure that I have a simplified grid structure here on which to align everything. And I want to make sure that this all aligns properly, so everything is consistently and coherently connecting to each other. So I want to make sure that that is aligned properly. And I'm going to move that up a little bit. I probably will need to zoom in to just make sure that that's centered in that box. And I'm going to just hide this because I want to visually see if that's centered. All right. So now, since I've got this precedent set, then I'm going to hold down the Shift and the Option key, and then just drag this box down, and then I'm simply going to change this to password. And then I'm going to do the same, move this down, change this to login, all uppercase. Then I'm going to center that, and then I'm going to drag these out to the grid so that it's directly centered. And then I'm also going to make this type white. I'm going to fill this box with a gray, and get rid of the stroke. This needs to go up. And then we're going to take this box and create the sign in using Facebook. It's a little bit big, so we're going to adjust the point size on that so that it fits a little bit more logically. We're going to change the color of this to be a little bit less dominant. Move that down just a bit. And then I'm going to then duplicate this text, again with the Shift option and then dragging it. We need to change that text color. And then this is forgot password. And then this is sign in. And then we're just going to move that over just a small amount. And there you see we have created a wireframe for that screen. I'm going to go back in and turn on that photo, or that rectangle that I designated for the photo in the background. And you can see we have a rudimentary wireframe, and that's the goal. So on this second page you can see, although a little bit more complex, that I've gone in and created all of these shapes to mimic the second sketch, making sure that I've designated appropriate visual balance and hierarchy for all of the visual elements, including the menu bar, and included all of those.